I think that it's important to think back about the founders and what the original system was. People were not going out and voting individually for the president. They were voting for representatives in their states, and the electors would then go to Washington and select the president. And then once the president was selected with the majority, they would select a vice president. A president and vice president wouldn't run together as a ticket. That is a preposterously stupid idea. I cannot believe that we have this in the first place. It makes it so that we have essentially one side or the other who's controlling everything. That's not what the American people want. We don't get a battle of real ideas that way. We get to select one thing or the other thing rather than different gradations of what the right answer might be. It pushes politics to two extremes on purpose and then sets up controlled opposition dynamics. And then we are told that they're working in harmony in a bipartisan fashion in order to come together when they really both decide to screw the American people. So if we go back to a system like that, we certainly don't need to continue voting for president. There's another way that that might happen as well. And the truth is that our preferences for basically everything are already well known by the people in charge. All they have to do is look at the collection of our data and have it analyzed properly, and they'll know what we're going to decide already to a more exact degree than what the machines are producing when they count up the votes that have been entered into the machine. I would bet that big data can tell us what we think as a population better than our election can show us, and certainly better than fake news polls and all that nonsense that people still think about. For some reason, people are like, oh, there's no way Maduro could have won. Did you see the exit polling that Edison Research did?
Yep. As translated through 3 NGOs and then brought to you by CNN and The Guardian. Yeah, guys, I mean, I hope crazy. Most of the people watching this show were on board, but this morning I almost quit the InfoWar, and then I saw that Chris was smoking the same stuff I was about all this crap. But one quick point on that would be that, you know, you and Patrick in particular talk about false binaries a lot, right? Like we talked about that in The Princess Bride, just locking people into the controlled opposition dynamic. And just an easy one in terms of policy that they lock you into is, should the Federal Reserve raise interest rates or lower interest rates? Should they raise or cut, Chris? What should the Federal Reserve do for the rest of our lives? Every quarter, we should just ask, should they raise? Should they lower? What should they do? Conservatives say this, liberals say this. The answer is, the Federal Reserve shouldn't fucking exist.
That's a hell of a name.